Hello, St. Louis, and welcome to this week's edition of St. Louis Presents. We have the mother of all shows today. I'm so happy to be here.
I'm happy to be here too with you, Vern Fuller, who's our guest host, and I'm actually a guest host too. I'm Sarah Bernard. We are both filling in for April Giuliano and Rob Desir. So we are happy to be here. Great
and what
show.
An awesome show we have for you today. We have Rebecca Craig with the Women's International Day. She's going to be talking about that.
She is going to talk about how she's bringing International Day of Women to St. Louis for Women's Day St. Louis. And we have Diane Denny, who is one of the very, very top real estate agents in St. Louis from Prudential. And she's going to talk to us about real estate trends right now in St. Louis, which is a super interesting topic as we get into spring. Everybody wants to hear about that.
That's going to be really interesting.
And we have Carrie Houk.
Hello.
Who is here to talk about some great, what are you going to show us today from Mexican cooking?
I'm going to show you some antojitos, which are little Mexican appetizers, a traditional guacamole that I'm tanging up a little bit with some tomatillos, and a traditional Mayan dip called sicalpac made with toasted pumpkin seeds.
Okay, it sounds complicated, but I'm sure Carrie's gonna make it look really easy, right?
It looks all very, very delicious.
Well,
healthy.
it's starting with really good ingredients and then layering it with roasting and toasting and grinding, which we'll do in the molcajete.
Very cool.
Yes.
And I know it's going to be good because you're cooking it, Carrie, and I'm not. You know?
Should be great. So we have that coming up, lots of great things to look forward to. We'll be right back in just a moment with St. Louis Presents.
Have a fantastic show today. I'm Vernell Fuller, and with me is the wonderful Sarah Bernard.
Hello, and happy to be here. We are both filling in for April and Rob, who are normally here in this spot, but we're excited to do this. And you are busy with Radio 1 and doing STL TV work, and you're coming back. You used to be here a long time ago and back again. And
Let's not make it sound like it's that long ago.
All right, well,
it's been a few years ago. Yes, actually I do. I provide marketing solutions to local and large businesses here in the St. Louis area, and I work as an account executive for Radio 1 Incorporated. Sarah, you also do some other shows with STL TV.
I do. Actually, this afternoon we should have STL Live, which is our Thursday afternoon show, and today we've got some great guests coming up. We've got Tavern of Fine Arts and Stages. The theater company is going to be here this afternoon, so we've got all that today. But on this show, we've got some really great guests as well, so we've got lots of good stuff coming up.
And I got to tell you, I'm so glad to be working with you. I've been wanting to do this for quite a while.
Yeah, and likewise.
Well, thank you.
Getting a little jealous of you and April up there. I saw you in your segment. So the great thing though today, Vern, is this show is all women. And I love that.
This is the place I need to be, you know?
It's fun. So we've got all these great women guests. We've got a great
We really do.
female chef in the kitchen, Carrie, who we both know, interestingly, from her, she's an acting coach and casting director here in town.
Carrie is so multi-talented. I know her from acting and auditioning, and she is still doing that.
Yeah.
But now we see yet another facet of her vast talents, and she's a chef now. You know, it just doesn't end with Carrie.
She's one of those women that can do it all, which a lot of us can do that, Vern. So, and we've got Rebecca Craig is going to come in and talk to us about Women's Day St. Louis and all the things that women can do in town. And then later on, we'll be coming back to Carrie. We're looking at some graphics right now of her great Mexican culinary treats that she has become a specialist with. And we're going to talk more about that later on in the show and hopefully learn some tips that we can both use
I'm
in the
actually
kitchen.
looking forward to the tasting.
Oh yeah.
Because that takes a lot of talent to prepare those dishes.
Yeah.
And better her than me.
Yeah, and I got a little preview taste she gave me before we went on, and it's spicy.
Oh,
so.
you cheated. Where was I? Where was I?
Oh, you were busy, but I was talking to Carrie and just getting excited about all the things that she's going to be doing today. Okay. So first up, we've got Rebecca Craig joining us in the studio to talk about Women's Day St. Louis. Welcome, Rebecca, to the set. We're so excited to have you.
Thank you for
and
having
you
me
know, it's
today.
really neat because International Day of Women, I don't know if you know this, Vern, you may not being a woman yourself, but it is a big deal pretty much outside of this country. It's not as well known here. I was actually out of the country last year on International Day of Women on March 8th, and it was a really big deal where I was in Central America. So can you tell us a little bit about it? Yeah.
Absolutely. Well, International Women's Day is a UN holiday, and so it's very heavily celebrated in Central and South America and Europe, but for some reason didn't really catch on in the United States. And so what Women's Day St. Louis, our non-for-profit, is hosting this year on March 8th, the actual International Women's Day, is International Women's Day St. Louis, specifically focusing on entrepreneurs and women business owners in the St. Louis area.
So Rebecca, if I'm a woman, I've got drive, I've got ambition, I've got a great business idea, and I participate with the organization, what resources can I expect?
Oh, a multitude of resources. Well, our event on March 8th is going to focus solely on growing one's business, your finances, and even yourself. And so when individuals come to the event on March 8th and participate in events following, they can expect a loving and warm environment, embracing them as women and as entrepreneurs. Growing their businesses, so being able to market and grow their audience and their participants in whatever endeavor they're currently engaged in, while growing their businesses, their finances, and even themselves. And so we're really excited about the event on March 8th. We have every single type of individual, from individual private practice practitioners to CEOs to entrepreneurs, and we're just so elated to be able to be the face of Women's Day St. Louis.
So on March 8th at the Missouri Athletic Club downtown,
Yes.
women all over St. Louis who are businesswomen in any field can come and what will they receive that day? Is workshops, seminars, panel discussions?
Right, and so what we're really, the audience that we're really looking to attract that day are women-owned businesses. And so whether you're an entrepreneur with a new app for the iPhone or you have a construction company, what you'll get that day is a multitude of panels and networking opportunities for you after the event. And so our panels that day have experts from every single walk of life. So you have individuals that know how to capture venture capital, to individuals who know how to market yourself and your business, to people that know how to empower yourself as a woman from the inside out.
Okay, and what kind of demographic are you looking to attract to participate with International Women's Day?
I mean, the only demographic that you need to fulfill to attend International Women's Day is to be a woman, to be driven, as most are, and to have your own business or to be an entrepreneur.
Am I excluded?
Yes. I'm sorry.
Sorry, Vern.
Unless you're not telling me something, but I mean, from what I can see.
So no men.
We do have an honorary man on our committee, but our committee is comprised of 20 very driven and devoted individuals, from corporate lawyers to we have OBGYNs to financial advisors, and we do have one male, but we love James. We love you, James. And so myself and Karen Boykin are the co-founders of Women's Day St. Louis.
Yeah.
And so we assembled this committee of powerhouses with one man. So.
James.
James.
So do you find that there are needs of women business owners that aren't being met in the marketplace, or what's exclusive and why just female?
Well, absolutely. I mean, there's been statistic after statistic proving that women-owned businesses are more likely to succeed in the long run. And in times of economic downturn, they can capture their assets and be able to multiply them in a way that other demographics might not be able to. Specifically to St. Louis, 51% of the businesses are women-owned, but only capture 7% of the funding. And so we're really looking to be able to connect individuals with resources, be it funding or money or just people themselves, to be able to grow their businesses and themselves.
So it sounds like this is a real networking opportunity for women to come together and exchange information and find out about available resources. Am I correct?
Absolutely. So whether it's the starting budding entrepreneur meeting the CEO of a Fortune 500 company.
But what are some of those resources that are available?
The resources that we plan on being able to distribute specifically on that day, as well as continuing onward, are the connector to connect individuals with the experts. And so whether you as a business owner are looking to be able to market yourself or to fund your buy-sell agreement. There will be experts that day that will be willing to sit down and work with you to establish whatever goal that you're trying to attain.
That's neat. So you'll actually have people there that day that we can meet with one-on-one if we wanted to.
Absolutely. So the
Okay.
panelists, there's going to be 3 panels: growing your business, growing yourself, and growing your finances.
Okay.
And within those panels, there'll be 3 to 4 experts that day, if you're an individual attending, an attendee, you can elect to meet with them and speak with them about whatever it is that you need accomplished for your business and for yourself.
And we were talking in the green room. I want to make sure that we get this out because anytime we talk about business, it comes down to revenue, money. So you have resources available for venture capital?
We have, yes. In a nutshell, yes. We are connected to every single type of resource that you would need as a business owner, whether it's marketing or venture capital or funding or information about how to grow and protect your business, your finances themselves. We do have that. And whether if it's myself or someone else isn't an expert in that area,
Okay.
we know people that are.
Awesome.
So your organization, so you can come on that day, but what if somebody cannot come on March 8th? Can we join your organization and then expect more continued types of workshops throughout the year? What are your plans?
Well, our plans are International Women's Day on March 8th, so that's a big one. So everyone should go to that.
That's the kickoff.
We still have a few seats and tickets left, so get on that. But we're still working through whether it be workshops or networking events. We're looking to partner with other organizations in the area to be able to grow and develop not only our membership, which is we're still deciding which avenues to pursue on that.
So there's plans though to bring these women together that are coming on March 8th and to continue to work with them or provide opportunities for them to network throughout the year.
To facilitate the conversation, because women business owners are a very special breed of individual. They're driven and passionate, and whether they're passionate about new valves that they're creating and inventing, or a florist, there really is a dynamic way that women interact with each other, and we want to be able to facilitate that day in and day out.
And you know what's great, Vern, is we've got on this show today 2 other women business owners that maybe can come on March 8th to
I
your
was looking
event.
forward to that, yeah.
Yeah,
We
but
do.
it's neat. It's a great forum right here on St. Louis Presents.
It is. Rebecca, Craig, thank you so much for coming in and being with us today, and we wish you all the best on your venture.
Thank you so much for having me.
Okay, we will be right back after, and well, before we go to a break, let's talk about Diane Denny, who's going to be coming up with us.
Diane Denny will be with us in just a few moments, and she's going to talk about real estate in St. Louis, the trends, the good things that are coming up that we can be excited about if we were looking to sell or buy. So that's coming up next.
And we'll be right back after these messages.
Body language can tell you all sorts of things. Like someone is having a stroke. Know the sudden signs. Learn fast. Face drooping, arm weakness, speech difficulty. Time to call 911 and get them to a hospital immediately. Learn the body language and spot a stroke fast.
Nice. No. Oops. Yeah, sure. Let's go.
Moms everywhere are finding ways to keep kids active and healthy.
Works every time.
Get ideas, get involved, get going at letsmove.gov.
Welcome back to St. Louis Presents. We have an awesome show for you. Thank you for staying with us. In our studio right now, we have Diane Denny, top real estate agent for 12 years.
No,
with
way
Prudential.
more than that.
Way more than that?
20 or something, right?
27.
27 years.
I know, she looks much younger. She doesn't look like
I
she'd be
know,
working at
I know.
She started as a teenager selling her mom's house.
But we've got some.
I'm going to go backwards.
I'm so looking forward to this information you've got to share with us about real estate because that is such a hot topic after the economic downturn.
Right.
So
It's exciting.
let's
right?
dive
And
in.
you know, I love that you've stuck through it. I mean, that must have been challenging.
It
through
was
that.
more interesting, yeah, and more fun.
Yeah.
A little more creative. You had to be more creative.
So how does it look out there in St. Louis land for real estate?
It's looking great. The market is finally getting better, yay. So we're really excited. Everybody's really busy. You know, it's hard to get an inspection when you get a house under contract.
Diana, I went to your website and you've got some awesome information. I think we got to mention that. SoldOnStLouis.com?
Yes.
Okay. There are step-by-step instructions on how to buy a house, how to sell a house, and it's just like a cookie.
Yeah, and we'll
cookie
guide
cutter?
A cookie
people
cutter.
the whole way through as well with personal attention.
So what are the first, so when you say the market is looking better, are you talking about the selling or buying or both? Is it all combined?
Both. There's a lot of buyers out there right now.
Okay.
The inventory seems to be going down, so we're getting multiple contracts on things.
Which
and,
drives up prices.
Yeah, prices I wouldn't say are way up, but activity is way up, which will eventually lead to prices going up. So
We were, in fact, let's take a look at, you brought in some graphs, and I saw one was flashing up. There's some really good statistics. This one, month's inventory of homes
Yes,
for sale. Tell us about that.
So the inventory used to be really high. When I started in real estate, inventory was really low. And you could keep up on every new listing and everything. And then the market changed to about 20 times the inventory that we used to have. And now we're definitely back down. As you can see from the graph, it is getting to closer to a more normal inventory. We still have a lot. Don't get me wrong, but
So it's a good time to be thinking about putting your house on the market if there's not many
absolutely.
competitors out there.
Yes, we had houses that were on the market last fall that did not sell, and we just put one of them back up again, and it had multiple contracts on it, and we got it sold. So at the same price. So definitely
We
showing.
talked about it when we opened, but I got to ask you, and how do you become the top? I mean, out of 800, out of 800 real estate agents, you're number one.
Yeah. Yes.
How do you do that? How do you do that?
I work a lot.
Nice.
And I have a great team. So it's not just me. I have the whole Diane Denny team, which comprises of all women except my husband. He's actually my partner as well in real estate, but he's more behind the scenes. And then we have 6 women on our team. And so it's a Women Day.
Yeah.
This is a women's show. I'm
Yeah.
telling you.
Sorry, Vern.
Sorry, I don't mind.
But we still have male input, so it's good. We
always
don't want to
see
leave the
male
guys
input.
out.
No, of course not. Of course not.
Yeah. So.
But who's making the real? Who makes the buying decision? Is it typically a female?
Yeah,
with
it's
the female
usually the
influence.
woman.
Now, I got to ask you, since you brought it up, Sarah, is it because it's got a nice bathroom and a nice kitchen? That's what I've heard.
Kitchens and baths are definitely hot points for any buyer.
Since the woman is making the decision, if the kitchen and bathroom are really, really nice, that's really going to give you the edge on selling that home.
Nice colors are really popular. Decorating is really important. It's all about staging. As the internet is so popular, people are picking the houses they want to see off of the internet pictures. And so we're really keen on getting great photos and helping people stage their homes to maximize the number of showings that they get.
Tell us about interest rates.
Interest rates are great. I started when interest rates were 14% because no one told me that was bad. And so it's all relative. They're so low, it's crazy. It's like a 40-year, 100-year all-time low. So I've heard they're may start to creep up. So if you're going to buy, as well as prices are projected to rise, so now is a great time to buy.
So, and if you want to sell your house, what are the top two or three things that you should be doing right now? Let's say you want to put it on the market this spring.
Have us come over and we'll do a free walkthrough for you and tell you, here you might want to paint that, or here you might want to do that. Or on our website, the SoldOnStLouis.com is a get your house ready link, so they can look at that. There's a moneymaker point list.
So that's good. So it's good to get them over a couple months before you really think you're going to put it on the market.
Yeah, because sometimes people will pick the wrong color, or they'll pick, you want to pick something neutral, not just white anymore.
But also on your website, if you want to get ready to purchase a home, then there are some steps you can go through to actually pre-qualify for your mortgage.
Absolutely. We will recommend lenders. We'll also, you can view all the homes that are for sale on my website, the Sold on St. Louis. It will have all the homes for sale, so they can start browsing on there.
So all the homes throughout the metro area.
Absolutely.
Well, and I was looking at your website last night. So I think we probably want to bring out the fact that there's a membership that goes if you want to log on, but that's free, right?
It's absolutely free, and we don't sell any information, and I just own that website, me and my husband. And so it just goes to us, and we don't put that out anywhere, so absolutely.
Right, but it's a good way to stay in contact with people that may need your services for buying or selling.
Oh, yes.
Right, right. All right, and you've gotten some other honors besides #1 at Prudential. What are some other your real estate honors?
We've been noted in the top 25 agents in St. Louis out of 10,000 by the St. Louis Business Journal. We've also been noted by St. Louis Magazine for best in client satisfaction.
And I guess I'll mention, since it is International Women's Day, it's owned by 3 women. Is that?
Yes, Prudential Select Properties is locally owned by 3 women here in St. Louis, our 10 offices. So, so that's wonderful. So we'll have to hook up with Becca and go to the
exactly. We'll
Women's
get you
Day.
guys all together, Carrie and Rebecca and Diane. All right, so soldonstlouis.com is the way you can reach Diane. The Diane Denny team, it's on your screen right now. Her phone number, website, lots and lots of years of experience. Though we can't tell, can we?
No.
You're very kind.
Thank you, Diane, so much for coming and being with us today.
Thank you so much for having me.
So we got to go now to the kitchen. We'll be back in a moment in the kitchen with Carrie Houk. So excited to see what she's got stirring up over there. So we'll be back in just a moment with that.
Stay tuned.
Yo, what up? It's your man Nelly, and you watch your STL TV. Experience the Lou all day.
Have a kit so you're ready for any emergency. Develop a plan for what you and your family will do before disaster strikes, and stay informed during severe weather any way you can.
You must be your fairy godmother?
It doesn't take a fairy godmother to tell you that the right fit means everything. Especially when it comes to car seats. Always choose one that's the right fit for your child's age and size.
Oh, that does make a difference.
Remember, their happily ever afters are in your hands. To find out more, visit safercar.gov/the-right-seat.
Welcome back, and we are at my favorite point of the show, and we're with our good friend Carrie Houk.
Hello.
How are you?
It's good to be here.
So you've been busy while we were talking to all the women.
I've been making you a few little mid-morning snacks.
There you go.
Yes.
This is what, do they eat this mid-morning in Mexico?
No, meal times are very different there. They have a breakfast, and then they have something called almuerzo, which is late morning, noonish. But then they have their big comida fuerte, which is called the strong meal. About 1:30, hours long. People think it's a siesta. It's really eating. And that's the big meal of the day. And then later on, they might have a supper around 8:30, 9 o'clock.
Something light, small.
It's very different.
Did you say 3 hours long?
It can be. It can be. When I visit my friends in Mexico, they're 3-hour comida fuertes.
And I think that's lovely. And people they leave their offices.
They do, and the
go
kids
home.
come home. The school day in Mexico, at least the region that I'm most familiar with, ends about 2. So the kids come home and have that meal with their families.
Isn't that nice?
That
Such
is,
a great way
this
to live.
looks absolutely fantastic, and you've got to share what are we
Okay, well,
looking
what
at
I
here?
did first, everyone loves guacamole.
Yeah.
And the traditional guacamole, the very simple one, is just avocado, raw onion, white onion. In Mexico, we use the white onions and jalapenos or serrano peppers.
Okay.
Made in the molcajete, which you just grind it all up in here. I tanged it up a little bit by roasting the vegetables first. I roasted some tomatillos and the onion, and I put some garlic in, and I roasted the peppers to sort of take the really harsh bite out of them.
So when you roast your peppers, you just put them in the oven under the broiler? Or
Well, in Mexico, they have a thing called a comal, which is like a cookie sheet that they put over the fire, the burner. You can put them under the broiler. You can roast it at a high heat, but you want to char. You don't want to burn them to a crisp.
Oil
but you
or
want,
salt?
No,
just
char,
vegetable.
a little char, but
Goodness.
not burned.
I'm
But
hanging.
you want the tomatillos to be soft on the inside.
Okay.
And so I just made it all, and here was some lime and salt and cilantro to finish. And it's pretty simple, but I prefer this to the traditional guacamole. I think roasting the onion makes it a little less harsh.
Carrie, I think it's amazing that you know actually the culture and history behind the food itself. And we were talking in the green room, you actually give a tour to the truly passionate.
I do.
Tell us about that.
Well, I love traveling and I love cooking and eating most of all. So I'm designing some culinary tours to different parts of Mexico, beginning with the Yucatan in June. And this one, because I know most people love the beach, we're basing in Playa del Carmen, but we will be doing a road trip to a friend's hacienda in the Yucatan, and we'll be seeing some archaeological sites, but also cooking every day in some way with either a local chef or with me. And we're going to be eating a lot.
That sounds like so much fun. So anybody can go. You can sign up.
Anybody can go, all ages, all levels. If a spouse or partner doesn't want to cook, I have a different rate for those people as well. So it'll be fun, and you'll have plenty of beach time.
How many people are you taking?
Well, I think about 8 to 10. I don't want to make the group too big, but I will go with as few as 6.
A very small, intimate group.
Yes, and we're working with Silvio Campos, who's a very famous P-bill chef. He cooks all his food underground with steaming rocks, and his food is just phenomenal.
Really...
And you might have seen him on Rick Bayless's show. He's quite famous. I had to go find him in his village.
Oh.
Wow, wow.
So, and you were saying the Yucatan, you've targeted that region because it's easy to get to.
It's very easy. We have charters from St. Louis that are 2.5 hours, nonstop.
Isn't that amazing?
And very reasonably priced. So we fly into Cancun and then get picked up at the airport. The Yucatan is very safe. I know people are a little bit nervous about traveling to Mexico, but those dangerous parts of Mexico are really at the northern environs, and they're, because of the drug wars, and tourists are very safe in Mexico, and I can't drive that home any stronger than I am, because it's very safe there for a tourist, especially in the Yucatan.
It's not just Mexican food, it's also food with Mayan history, right?
Yes, in fact, the dip that we're going to eat here is called sicalpac. It's hundreds of years old. It's made with toasted pumpkin seeds. I took the raw, shelled. You don't want the ones with the shell on them. And you toast them. In Mexican cooking, toasting is very important. Roasting, toasting, and grinding. So we roasted the vegetables. In this dip, we have red tomatoes, pepper, garlic, and onion. And then I toast the pumpkin seeds just to a golden brown. And they sort of blow up when you toast them. So anyway, it's delicious.
It's all good. We have to wrap up now, but real quick, the juice is made of a flower, and I just want to make sure.
Hibiscus flowers, flor de Jamaica. It tastes like delicious juice. It's delish.
Carrie Houk, thank you so much for coming in today.
You're welcome. Thank you for having me.
You do it all.
Thank
you.
Awesome. Buen provecho.
We're going to get to the part where we now sample after the show.
There you
I'm looking forward to that.
Thank you all for joining us for another episode of St. Louis Presents. We'll be back next week with yet more exciting guests and things going on around town.
Make sure you follow us on Twitter at STL TV channel. Tell us what you think of the new show on Facebook.com, STL TV. Thank you so much. Come back, be with us again for another edition of St. Louis Presents. We'll see you next time.